I'm sort of consolidating the three chapters in the textbook that have to do with schools and extrapolating and synthesizing and adding what I think are sort of the most relevant parts for you to know on this presentation on an introduction to career development in schools. So, first of all, I want to just create a setting about why this is important. So, the American School Counselor Association, also known as ASCA, emphasizes that career development is a crucial part of a student's overall growth alongside academic and social emotional learning. And the ASCA national model supports a systemic approach to school counseling that includes career development as an essential component. So, according to ASCA, students should learn to manage their career paths, develop self awareness, and explore a variety of career options. And these guidelines provide a strong foundation for integrating career development into the school counseling curriculum, ensuring that students are well prepared for life beyond school. And they have a lot of resources on their website. So, if you're not sure where to get started, I also want to point out that for those pursuing certification as a school counselor in New York State, career development is a significant part of the New York State school counselor exam, and counselors are expected to demonstrate a strong grasp of career development theories such as Super's developmental theory and Marsh's identity statuses, as these models help inform how students progress in their career decision making. Additionally, counselors must show their ability to apply this knowledge in K 12 settings through interventions tailored to different age groups. And so career development isn't just a test topic, it's a cornerstone of the counselor's role in helping students prepare for post secondary life. So, whether guiding students in selecting college majors or choosing career pathways, a deep understanding of career readiness strategies is essential for success on the exam and in professional practice. So just again to keep reading this in the practical, this is a sample question that I pulled from the test prep material on the New York State website from the exam. As I mentioned, this is about 9 or 10% value on the exam. I didn't mention that, but I'm telling you now. So it's competency 0005. And here's a sample question. So I'm not sure if you know the answer to this, but the answer is B. So as you can see, this item requires the examinee to apply knowledge of career development theories, decision-making models applicable to different grades, the phases of career development, and strategies for promoting college and career readiness. And Donald Super's career development theory outlines 5 stages of career development throughout each individual's lifespan. And in the ninth grade, according to Super's theory, most students are in the growth stage of career development during which they develop self concepts, attitudes, needs, and aptitudes regarding possible careers. So, in contrast, most 12th graders are in the exploratory stage of career development, characterized by a more fully formed self concept and initial tentative career choices and skill development. I pulled another sample question from the exam. So, in this, the answer is D. So this item requires examinees to apply knowledge of strategies and procedures for supporting students' transitions to post-secondary educational and career settings, including awareness of information sources and procedures related to post-secondary program application and how to seek financial aid. So as students with disabilities prepare to transition to post-secondary settings as legal adults, supporting their development of self-advocacy skills is essential, and these skills can help students navigate systemic barriers and the stigma associated with disabilities, as well as experiences that can result from other people's lack of awareness about disabilities. So the capacity to act on their own behalf is in a variety of settings to accomplish goals and sustain their well-being will be important for these students, whether they pursue additional education or enter the workforce. And I have a slide about this topic later in the presentation. Just a quick side note before we launch into the presentation, since I mentioned MARSA. So I just want to explain what that is, just so you 100% clear. So MARSA's identity statuses are an extension of Eric Erickson's work on identity development, and it's particularly focused on adolescence. So James Marsa introduced this framework in the 1960s to describe how young people develop their identities through exploration and commitment. And he identified four distinct identity statuses based on the presence or absence of exploration and commitment. So Marsh's identity statuses offer a framework for understanding how adolescents develop their personal and career identities. Identity diffusion refers to individuals who haven't yet explored or committed to any particular career or life path, often seeming directionless. And identity foreclosure, the person commits to roles or career choices prematurely, usually due to external pressures without self exploration. Moratorium is a period of active exploration where students are considering various options but haven't settled on a specific path yet. And finally, identity achievement is reached when individuals have explored different options and made thoughtful commitments aligned with their values and interests. So, this model is crucial for career counselors in guiding students through the process of career decision making and personal growth and could possibly be referenced on the exam. Right. Okay, so now for the consolidation of the chapter. So career development begins much earlier than high school. And by introducing students to career concepts at an early age, we help them build a foundation for self awareness, career exploration, and decision making. And schools play a pivotal role in guiding students through this process at each educational stage. So today we're going to explore the developmental tasks and career interventions at the elementary, middle, and high school levels and how these interventions prepare students for success beyond school. The elementary level, career development is primarily about fostering awareness. So, activities like career days and field trips help children understand the variety of jobs available in the world. It's also important to engage parents and guardians as they play a significant role in shaping their children's perceptions of work. So, these interventions aim to develop curiosity about careers, basic work habits, and a sense of responsibility. And these are all skills that will serve as building blocks for future career exploration. So here's a few examples I've thrown together. So at the elementary level, as I mentioned, it should be engaging and about exploration. And so one effective activity is a career day where professionals from various fields visit the school to talk about their careers. And field trips to local businesses give students a firsthand look at workplaces and the diversity of career paths available. Another activity that I really like is having students read biographies about different professions, which can spark interest in fields they may not have considered. And lastly, parent involvement, as I mentioned, can be an important motivator with events like Take Your Child to Work or parents sharing their career stories. In middle school, students begin to form more concrete ideas about their future, although these ideas are still flexible. And at this stage, it's important to help them explore different careers, not just the ones they're familiar with. So, job shadowing and career fairs expose students to real work environments, while small group discussions allow them to explore their own personal goals. And by understanding their strengths and interests, students start developing more clarity around what they may want to pursue in the future. So here's a few, bumping out that a little bit. So, job shadowing provides them with an opportunity to observe a professional in their daily work environment. Career fairs offer a broad view of different industries and help students understand the variety of options available. Small group discussions encourage students to reflect on their own interests and goals, and occupational interviews, that's kind of a cool thing to do, allow them to ask professionals direct questions about their careers, which deepens their understanding of job requirements and expectations. In high school, career development becomes more targeted towards specific outcomes, either preparing for college or entering the workforce, and career counseling sessions help students align their interests with realistic career choices. And so many high schools offer vocational courses that provide hands on learning. We'll talk about that in a bit in different fields, and career maturity assessments can help students gauge their readiness. It's also important to emphasize that not all fulfilling careers require a 4 year degree. There are many lucrative alternatives that students can explore through apprenticeships or technical training programs. So, by high school, career development activities become more targeted and practical, and internships and apprenticeships can offer students hands-on experience and a glimpse into what their future careers might look like. Mock interviews help students prepare for job interviews by developing their communication and interpersonal skills. and vocational training provides technical skills that can lead directly to employment. Additionally, college and career planning workshops give students the tools they need to make informed decisions about their next steps after high school, including exploring financial aid and scholarships. So I want it's super small, sorry. I want to talk about this because this is a passion of mine. So in career and technical education, also referred to as CTE, students receive a combination of academic and hands-on technical training designed to prepare them for in-demand careers. And so the programs start with classroom instruction, where students learn core academic skills such as math and science, but also industry-specific theory and knowledge. And this is paired with hands-on labs where students engage directly with tools, equipment, and software that align with their chosen career field. It could be really anything, but healthcare, information tech, engineering, or various trades like automotive repair and welding. And one of the most valuable aspects of CTE is, I think, is workplace learning, where students participate in internships, co-ops, or apprenticeships, and this gives them real-world experience in a professional environment, allowing them to apply what they've learned in school to actual job settings and make connections with industry professionals. CTE students also take exams tied to their field of study, often leading to industry recognized certifications. So, for example, healthcare students might earn a certified nursing assistant credential, while IT students could pass a Cisco certification. And these credentials boost students' job prospects immediately after high school. Many CTE programs culminate with capstone projects where students demonstrate the skills they've learned by solving real world problems or completing substantial projects within their field. There's also competitions. Upon graduation, students are well positioned to enter the workforce with practical skills and certifications, continue their education at a technical school. I mean, usually there's some credit that's been earned during the high school years that is aligned with a post secondary institution, or even pursue higher education at colleges or universities. And so this multifaceted approach makes CTE a really highly effective pathway for career readiness and long term success. So, chapter talks about several assessments that can support students in making informed career decisions. The career maturity inventory, which helps gauge how ready a student is to make thoughtful career choices, which I honestly have never used. While the self-directed search matches personal interest with potential career paths. I'm mentioning these, I've used a lot of assessments, but I have not used these two. Um, but chapter talked about how these tools can help students gain a clearer sense of direction and allows educators and counselors uh, provide tailored advice based on each student's unique strengths and preferences. I, I'm throwing this in because this is something I've been very passionately using for almost 20 years. So Naviance is a widely used platform designed to support students in their journey from school to career or college, and it serves as a central hub where students can explore career paths that align with their interests, strengths, and values. And the platform includes a variety of tools for career exploration, such as interest inventories and career assessments, which help students match their profiles to potential career fields. And it's just an amazing tool. They have videos and all sorts of things that kids can look at. It's very dynamic. On the college planning side, Naviance simplifies the process of searching for colleges, tracking application deadlines, and even exploring financial aid and scholarship opportunities. And the platform's self assessment tools, such as the Career Interest Profiler and the Strengths Explorer, empower students to better understand their personal preferences, which can then guide their careers or academic decisions. And one of the Navios' key benefits is its integration with school counseling programs, so counselors can track student progress, help them refine their goals, and offer personalized advice based on the data Naviance collects. And students can also use Naviance to set academic or career related goals, track their progress, and stay organized throughout the planning process. And I personally believe if used right, Naviance is an invaluable tool for supporting students in making informed decisions about their future. Um, I I tossed this in because I think this is super important if you're working in schools. So if you're working with special education students, post-transition planning is really an essential part of preparing special education students for life after high school. And by law, an individualized transition plan must be included in a student's individualized education program, an IEP, by the time they turn 16. And this plan focuses on the student's goals for career, education, and independent living after high school and ensures that they receive the appropriate support to meet those goals. One of the primary areas is career and employment planning, which might include job training, internships, or career counseling based on the student's unique abilities and interests. Special education students may also be guided toward post-secondary education opportunities, whether it's traditional college, vocational schools, or specialized programs designed to meet their needs. And for many students, developing independent living skills is just as important as career planning. And so these skills might include managing finances, using public transportation, or learning how to live independently. And the transition plan is a collaborative effort involving students, parents, educators, counselors, and often community agencies, ensuring that that the student has a comprehensive support network. Finally, students and families are provided with resources about legal rights, such as the American with Disabilities Act and workplace accommodations, so they understand the protections available to them as they transition into adulthood. So, access to community resources is also a vital component of this planning. Okay, so career development is an ongoing process that doesn't end at graduation, and by fostering self awareness, exploration, and decision making from elementary school through high school, we set students on a path toward lifelong success. And it's vital for educators, counselors, and parents to work together in this process, ensuring students receive the support they need at each stage. And the goal is to help students not only succeed in their first job, but to remain adaptable and open to learning throughout their careers in an ever changing world of work.